Good morning, everyone. Respected teachers, honorable judges, dear parents, and fellow students. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the Storyteller competition. Today, we are here to celebrate the art of storytelling. It inspires us. It also entertains us and helps us understand the whole entire world. Storyteller is more than just words. It's about creativity, imagination, and it's a timeless skill. It helps us know what it's like to be in someone else's shoes and to travel to far-off lands and worlds. We are excited to witness the amazing talent of our participants today. Each one of them has worked hard to prepare the stories. So let's all welcome them and support them the whole way. And encouragement. I wish all of you the best, and I hope you guys enjoy this competition. Thank you.
Today, I'm going to tell you a story about Jog the alien. Jog is an alien that came to the planet Earth from another planet. He plans to live a normal life like any human will do. In his life, he went to a convenience store. While he went to the convenience store, he met Mr. and Mrs. Brooks by the library. Mr. and Mrs. Brooks, they said, "Hey, isn't that an alien?" And Mr. Brooks said, "No, that's Josh, can't you see?" And Jog replied, "I am an alien. What do you want?" Mr. Brooks said, "I just want to know you. How are you doing?" Jog replied, "I'm doing fine. I just plan to get groceries." Next, Jog went to the amusement park to have some fun, While he's passing, he found an old woman. She was struggling walking around the street, and he offered to help her. He said, "I'll gladly help you." And he helped her go to the hospital so she can get care. And he went to the amusement park and had a lot of fun. He returned home, ate his dinner, and slept. And finally, Jog had a lot of fun in his day, and he plans to live every day like this. And thank you everyone to listening to my story.
Hello, I'm Omar Al-Malki. Today I'm going to tell you a story about what a great grandmother. Peter's grandmother is 71, and every day she does the same thing at the same time. She always gets up at 7 o'clock. She always gets dressed at 8 o'clock. She always has breakfast at 9 o'clock. She always go for a walk at 11 o'clock. She always has her lunch at 11 o'clock. Thank you for listening to my story. Now, goodbye.
My name is Salim Gahtani. My title is a great soccer player. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Jack. Jack used to be a good football player. He had fun playing soccer because he enjoyed it. But his parents didn't think football is good for him. They wanted him to think about his future. His future is becoming a doctor. But he doesn't want to be a doctor. He wants to be a great soccer player. So he has a really good team. He wants to join the national academy so he can play for his national team. They want him to come, but his parents didn't say it's okay. But his dad came to him and said, "You can go." Then after a few years, when he grew up, he played for this national team. Then his mom came in to graduate him for winning the national team, winning them for their cup. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Hello everybody, my name is Battar Ali Qahtani, and my story is Leo the lion and Mia the mouse. Once upon a time, in a big jungle, there was a strong lion that protects the huge forest. And Mia the rat, Leo the lion, was the protector of the huge forest. He would do anything with his power to just stop every bad guy from going into the forest. But one day, Leo was tired, so he tried to take a nap. But Mia didn't know which way where she was going. She was trying to find food, but the only thing she didn't know was she didn't find food for her brother and her little sister. but when she was trying to find food, she stepped on a stick, and with Leo's great hearing, he woke up and he acted fast. He was so angry and he said, "Who woke me up? Who woke me up?" And Mia told the truth and said, "Please spare my life for waking you up. I'm sorry." Then Leo smiled and said, "I spared your life, you can go." Then Mia said, "I will save your life one day." Leo smiled and he said, "How can somebody small like you save somebody big and strong like me?" He said, "Go, go, I need to take my nap now." After he took his nap, he tried to go for a walk, but suddenly he stepped on a trap and he got trapped and he roared with all his might. Mia heard the roars and she said, "That roar is familiar. Is it Leo?" So she followed this voice until she found Leo trapped, struggling to move in the trap. So, with her small, sharp teeth, she bit into the rope until it broke down. Leo was free, and then he came to her and said, "Thank you for saving my life. I'm sorry that I didn't judge you." Mia said, "You're welcome, and never judge a book by its cover." The end.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Saleh Abdul Latif, and my story is about Hadi and the farmer. Hadi was in a village that was nestled by young green hills, and he has one great floor, but he was very impatient. He told his mom, "When's the food gonna be ready?" But his mom told him, "Be patient, it's gonna come soon." Then he got frustrated and went to stroll to the village. Then he saw Musa the farmer. He saw him picking out the seeds slowly. He asked him, "Why are you picking the seeds slowly? Can't you just pick them faster and plant the other seeds faster?" He told him that the seeds need time to grow and precision. So it's not about a race. So not farming is about a race, but about time and patience. He told him to come after a week to see the seeds grow. Then he went to his home, and each day taking longer and longer. So then he came back running to the farm, and then he saw that nothing grew. He told the farmer, Where's the seeds? Why are there no plants?" He told him that the seeds are taking root under the surface. So trust the process and come back in another week. Hadi's frustration grew stronger, but his curiosity kept him coming back. Then he came back a week later, and then he saw all the plants becoming green and becoming stronger. He told the farmer, was the secret a magic water or a magic fertilizer? He told him, "No, it's patience, because Allah made everything with its time, and everything with its time." And then when Hadi became frustrated, he always knew the story with the farmer. Thank you everyone for listening to my story. I hope you have a great time.
And one day, a rich man decided to take his son on a trip to the country. The wealthy man wanted to show his son how the poor people live, so he could be thankful for his wealth. They spent 2 days on a farm of very poor family. On their way home, the rich man asked his son, "How was your trip with this poor family, and what did you learn about it?" The son answered, "I saw that we have a servant to serve us, but they serve others. We have one dog, and they have 4. We buy our food, but they grow there. We have the important illustration They have stars at night. We have a large wall to protect us, and they have friends to protect them. Finally, the sun added, "Thanks, Dad, for showing me how poor we are." The end.
Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Turki Anad Ataybi and I'm a part of the Storyteller competition. Thank you all for coming here to listen to me. The title of my story is The Fastest Boy in the Village. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Leo. Leo wanted to be the fastest boy in his village, but he always loses the races, and every time he tries to win a race, he would run as fast as he can, but he would still lose. So one day he sat on the stairs in front of his house, and then he started crying because he tried a lot of times to win a race. But he just said, "That's it, I'm gonna give up. I can't do this anymore. I can't lose more times." And then a man named Arthur came up to him and said, "Hey, do you want to know how I became the fastest man alive?" And then Leo said, How? How did you become this fast?" And then Arthur said, "I trained every day. Every time I would fall, I would never give up and get up again and start running. I would train and train and train. I could never give up on my dream. So you shouldn't give up either." Leo said, "Thanks for the advice. I'm gonna keep training until I become the fastest boy in the village." So Leo started training and training and training to get faster and faster. And then the traditional race of their village happened on that day. So he went on that race. When the race started, he was in the back of everyone. Everyone is ahead of him. And then he ran as fast as he can, but he still couldn't get past anyone. And then he said, "I have to run as fast as I can. I can't lose again. I can't give up on my dream." So he ran as fast as he can, and he got to first place, and then he won the race. Arthur became proud of Leo. Leo was so happy. He was laughing so much. And then when Leo grew up, he started giving the other children that advice. And everyone was becoming faster and faster and never gave up on their dreams. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Hello everyone, my name is Adnan Saab al-Amtayri. My school is Ta'allum. My title story, The Lion and the Fox. Once upon a time, a huge forest was ruled by a lion. The lion was becoming a weaker day by day due to old age. His bones very strong. He invited all animals. He invited all animals to come his party. He's attacked all animals because so hungry. And the fox revived. They attacked. He's go the tiger to say him attack the fox, attack the lion. The tiger say, "Okay, I am now to attack the lion." The tiger go. The tiger go to the lion. He's attack him. The winner is a lion. This is the end finally.
Saturday morning. So one day, Tom and Zoe were listening to their favorite band on the radio. And then a woman said, "Have a great time with Mr. Hop and make lots of new friends." The woman said, practice your favorite sports and like new ones too." As soon as Tom and Zoe heard that, they were happy or thrilled. They went to their dad. They said, "Dad, can we go to Treetop Park?" And their father agreed. They were so happy. And then the next day, it's Saturday morning, they saw lots of sports stand. The first one that caught their eye was baseball. They went to the stadium, and then Zoe said proudly, "Look at Tom, he's a great baseball player. But me, I can't hit baseballs with bats." As soon as she said that, Tom hit the ball with his new bat, and then she ran quickly to catch it, and then she fell. She said, "Ow, my knee," and then laughed and shouted, "I caught the ball." And then everyone was happy, and she won the game. And then they went to soccer, and Tom said proudly, "Look at Zoe, she's a great football player. But me, I can't kick footballs." As soon as he said that, she passed to him the ball, and then she said, "We need a goal. Go for it, Tom." And then he kicked the ball. And then he fell. He said, "Ow, my leg." And then he looked at the net. He actually scored. He won the game. Everybody was ecstatic and happy. And then they tried lots of new sports like hiking.
Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Mohammed Mansour Al-Ataibi, and today I'm gonna tell you a story. So I'm a storyteller. So my story's title is The Monster Under My Bed. So let's begin my story. My story basically talks about a little girl who's named Vicky. Vicky thought there was a monster under her bed. She was scared of that monster. When she wakes up at morning, she runs out of her room as fast as she can and gets her uniform with her and goes to the bathroom to change there. She didn't want to change in her room because she thinks the monster will come out and steal her socks or her favorite sweater. When she's back from school, she can't play with her computer. Sadly, she can't because she thinks when she's not paying any attention to the monster, he will come out and eat her toes. She didn't want her toes to be eaten. And when it comes to the bedtime, she can't sleep peacefully. She say out loud and close her eyes while she's on bed and said, "I'm not afraid of you, monster. That's my room, and you need to know your limits," and start counting to 100. And the fun fact, counting could make you sleep better. Her grandma said that. Next day, she went to her brother, asked her for a hand. Her brother said, "Don't be silly, Vicky. There is no monster under your bed, but there's a very big one under mine." Vicky said her brother was weird because he loved monsters and draws a lot of pictures about monsters. Then she went to her mother and said, "Mom, there's a monster under my bed. Could you help me?" Her mom laughed at her and said, there is no monster under your bed, Vicky, when I cleaned your room yesterday." Then finally, she went to her father and asked her father for help. Her father said, "Don't worry, Vicky, I can help you and ask the monster out." Vicky got excited so she can get away. She can't let the monster go away. But sadly, her dad didn't come help. Her dad preferred to watch a film with Uncle Bill. Next day, it was Saturday. And Vicky decided to fight the monster by herself with no help. Then she looked under her bed like that, and she tried to see the monster. The monster wasn't there, but when she focused, she realized the monster was just a little spider. That was a monster. He has lots of legs, big round stomach, and big black eyes. Then she asked the monster to go out, and she got shocked that monster understood and let her go. And that's the end of my story. Thank you for good listening. And now she can live peacefully. Thank you for good listening and goodbye.
Hello everyone, my name is Sulaiman Abdelaziz Al-Ouda. I am 13 years old and my story title is The Old Man in the Jungle. The old man and the child live in the jungle. The jungle is their home. They like listening to the tall banana trees when they move in the wind, and they like listening to the animals, birds, and parrots. They also like picking up little orange flowers and putting them in their hair. They like drinking from the waterfall with big round leaves, and they like walking by the slow, long blue river and talking to the big, fat, ugly crocodile and watching the yellow fishes swim here and there in the water. But they really love sitting in the sun. But one day in the big jungle sky, there was no sun. The old man wasn't happy about that, so he sat in his old chair and didn't move. The child sat next to him in the green grass and said, "What's the matter, old man? Have you got a stomachache? My brother gets a stomachache when he eats too many mangoes." The old man said, "A stomachache? No, I'm fine, thank you." Then the child asked, "Well, have you got an earache?" "My mother gets an earache when I play the jungle drums too loudly." The old man said, "An earache? No, I'm fine, thank you." Then they stopped talking, went and sat on the tree by the branch and said, "Where's the animals?" Because usually the animals would come and they would listen to their voices by the branch. So the old man obviously wasn't happy about that. And the child said, "Well, have you got a toothache? My cousins get a toothache when they drink too many lime juice." The old man said, "No." Then the child asked, "Well, have you got a fever? A headache? A cough? A cold?" The old man said, "No!" frustrated. The old man wasn't happy about that at all. He was really annoyed by the kid and by the son not being there. Then they stopped talking again, went and sat by the river, and they were just sitting there, waiting. Suddenly, the sun shines up above their head and the old man smiles. And the child noticed and said, "Old man, are you getting better now?" And the old man said, "Yes, I am getting better now." And then the crocodile comes out of the water. The yellow fishes start swimming here and there in the water again. And the old man's favorite parrot flies down from the waterfall, lands on the old man's shoulder and says, "Are you getting better now? Are you getting better now?" mocking the child. And the old man laughs and said, "Yes, I am getting better now, you clever parrot. I am very, very well." After that, to celebrate, they danced under the old man's jungle garden over the sun. And they grew vegetables. They made and ate sweet jungle fruitcake and they ate it all. "Ate it all, ate it all," the parrot said. "Too much cake, stomachache."
He has no parents, no daughter, no son. He has no parents, no daughter, no son. Nobody's like him and he's like no one. Nobody's like him and he's like no one.
Hello everyone, my name is Badr Rashami. The title of my story is The Fox and the Sick Lion. Once upon a time, there was a huge forest. Once upon a time, there was a huge forest, and the leader of the forest was the lion. And the lion was sick from old age, and his bones were not that strong.
Is Henry's holiday. So this story takes place in Henry's house, and it was a school holiday. So Henry enjoys being at home in the school holidays. He likes looking for lizards and snails and flying his kite in the sky in the back of his field behind his house. He also likes listening to music and watching television. And he also likes sneaking up in the kitchen at nighttime so he can eat some ice cream. But Henry doesn't enjoy going out in school holidays. But last Saturday, Henry went on a holiday with his parents. His dad in the car said on their way to the countryside, they were going to the countryside. His dad suddenly said, "What a great place, Henry. It's so fun eating and sleeping in a tent." And then his mom said, "Yes, and look, the beach is really near." And then Henry thought in his mind, "Sand in my socks, sharks in the sea, oh dear." And then he saw the hills. "Oh no, boring long walks." And then his parents, when they arrived, came out of the car, took out their stuff and chairs and tables and tents. And then his mom called for Henry and said, Can you come help us, Henry? We have to put up the tent now. But he didn't move. And then he said, it's so windy, Mom, and it's cold. I don't want to come out. And then his mom responded, okay. And then it started to rain, and he thought, oh, please snow too. I want to go back home.
One day in the jungle there was the old man and the boy. They like listening for the tall banana trees and they move in the wind. They like collect fruit from the jungle and made the best fruit cake. They like finding orange beautiful flowers and putting them in their hair.
Anas bin Malik is one of the Prophet ﷺ companion, and he would watch him closely enough to know all of his habits. Among was of his habit of fasting, and after breaking his fast, he would eat dates and sip of milk. One day, when the Prophet ﷺ was fasting, Anas knew that, so he prepared for him some dates and milk. And waited for him to come and show up. But the Prophet ﷺ wasn't there. And Anas grew concerned. But he comforted himself by thinking that the Prophet ﷺ was offered an iftar elsewhere. Later that day, when the Prophet ﷺ came with one of their companions, Anas asked the companion and said, whether or not did the Prophet ﷺ broke his fast, and he said no. He was busy with many tasks, and he couldn't eat or drink, and Anas felt restless. So because he had nothing to offer the Prophet ﷺ. And the Prophet ﷺ knew that, so he thought that Anas was a generous person, and Anas felt anxious because there's nothing to eat, nothing to offer the Prophet ﷺ.
So Ronaldinho is a football player that was born in a very poor family, and his father couldn't afford to buy bread. So Sunday, Ronaldinho asked his father if he could buy him some boots to play football. But his father doesn't want to show Ronaldinho that he's very poor. So he told his son, listen son,
hello everyone, and today I'm going to talk about my story called Shoe Dog. Recently, I read a bit about Nike and Phil Knight that made the story Shoe Dog. Phil had just came out of college with a crazy idea, and it's to bring high quality Japanese running shoes to the US. He went around the whole world and went to Japan. When he got there, he visited a company called Onitsuka. And that company had a brand called Tiger at the time. Now it's called Asus. He told them, I want to be the US distributor of your shoes.
The Binding of Isaac. Isaac and his mother lived in a small house atop of a hill. Isaac wasn't the brightest kid. He usually kept to himself while his mother watched TV Muslim podcasts. One day, Isaac's mother got a call from his teacher saying Isaac had a problem learning. So, while mad, Isaac's mother stormed in his room, and Isaac says, "Oh mother, why are you mad?" Isaac's mother says, "Why did the teacher call and says you have trouble learning?" Isaac, while shocked, stayed quiet. But Isaac's mother was mad, so she took all his toys and went to the living room. Isaac was heartbroken, so he'd followed her and saw her take all his toys away. So Isaac cried and cried, but after a while he realized that no matter how much he cried, nothing was gonna change.
Today I'm going to be telling you a story by the name of Don't Waste Time. My story consists of two characters. We have Tom, a teenager, and the other character we have Mr. Mason, his grandfather. One day on New Year's Eve, Tom said he wanted to be a successful businessman, but he had one problem, a big one. He was lazy. He didn't do anything. He hated working. One day, his father, he had enough. He took him to his wise grandfather's house, Mr. Mason, to teach him a valuable lesson. And the next day they got there. Mr. Mason took Tom to the garden. He told him, "Look at this big tree. It is strong. It is tall." He asked him, "Do you know why is it big and strong?" No, Tom said.
My dear judges and my dear brothers and their parents, peace and blessing be upon you all. Today I'm going to tell you the very interesting and meaningful story of Ferraccio Lamborghini and his automobile company. The story takes place in the early 1960s. World War II has just ended, and there was a successful businessman, an Italian successful businessman and also a mechanic, named Ferraccio Lamborghini. Ferraccio Lamborghini owned a company called Lamborghini that sold tractors, not the one we know of right now. Anyway, Ferraccio Lamborghini also owned a Ferrari, specifically a 250 GT. The 250 GT had a lot of problems with the clutches.
My story is about becoming a millionaire. Once upon a time, there was a man named Arjun. He works at his family's meat shop. Every day, he woke up before dawn, cut meat, packed orders, and made deliveries to his customers. And he made deliveries to his customers every day. The shop helped support his family, but Arjun had bigger dreams. He didn't want to work hard every day. He wanted to work smart and build something bigger. One day while delivering one of his orders, he met his old teacher, Mr. Roy, who has retired now but is known for his wisdom. Seeing Arjun troubled, he asked him what was wrong. Arjun explained that he felt he was stuck working at his shop.
Henry is the type of boy that doesn't enjoy going on holidays. He likes staying at home, playing video games, watching television, and he always likes going out to the field behind his house. He always flies his kites, looks for snails and lizards. He always likes to keep busy. One day, his parents came up to him and asked him to go on holiday. Although Henry did not like going, he was almost forced to come. When he went with them, they went to a nearby campsite, one that includes a lot of tents. Henry's father said, "Oh, Henry, it's gonna be so amazing, eating and sleeping in a tent." Henry said, or much thought, that seeing the beach and the big hills made him annoyed, almost angry. He didn't want to go. He hated having his socks dirty and getting dirt inside of them.
So, Mr. Parks works at the Waterfall Zoo, and his son, Jack, does not know a lot about animals, but he really does not know about the zoo, but he really loves animals. So, Jack asked his dad, Mr. Parks, "Can I help you with the zoo?" And Mr. Parks agrees. So then so both of them go in the kitchen to get supplies to feed the animals. So Mr. Parks tells his son to go and see the big gray cupboard. But instead of seeing the big gray cupboard, he sees the big blue cupboard.
So this week, there's a monster living under my bed. And when I get up, I need to run to my cupboard so I can get my clothes, then go to the bathroom and change there. Because I don't want to change in my room. Because I think the monster is going to get my sock or my favorite shirt. Even when I come back after school, I want to play computer games.
But I don't want to go to my room because the computer is on the table in my room.
You are the best of the best, guys. MashaAllah alaikum. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks so much.